Saying the N-word to a child in a moment of anger is bad. Is it so bad that it warrants the total and permanent destruction of a person's life?
Nothing he could have done would justify her calling him slurs and pursuing him physically.
So we all know what happened with Shiloh Hendrix and how she got all this money. Start a GoFundMe, you know, raise about $1 million. Go slap the hell out that baby. Make that baby brainless or something for a while. At least you still get to live.
You'd by now obviously know the mess that happened between this woman filmed saying the big no-no word, the N-word. The allegations that her and her son's things were being stolen by a young individual, a boy, a mere boy. You've seen the video. She's filmed being accused of saying that word to that kid. She does not back down. She says, yeah. She repeats it numerous times, repeats it to the camera, says, and doesn't necessarily deny the allegation of what she said to the boy they say is just a little autistic boy. I hear he's just Somalian, but he may not even be Somalian. He may not even be the person's son who was filming. He puts it out, threatens her with the claim of hate speech and that the internet will find her, etc. She quickly puts up a Give, Send, Go campaign. And by now, you know, the campaign went wild with donations. Not too unlike the Carmelo Anthony Fund. I'm sure you're familiar with the details of the whole thing, Shiloh. And there's this notion, there's the notion right now that, well, how are you going to support some woman saying this, abusing, saying this to a child? What does the child deserve in this situation? How does the child deserve this treatment? And are you no better than anyone you criticize if you support the bad behavior of this woman? Is one argument, right? People are asking me on my show, how could you excuse white immorality, white behavior, bad white behavior? We got to know it's not about defending this woman. No one's thinking about that. And if you don't at least start there, you're going to miss the whole conversation. They don't care about her behavior because it's not about that. If you make it about that, then that means you want to excuse everyone else's behavior and put a magnifying glass on a few, because this was something between two people. And to say that you can't act this way means you're focusing right on the actions of a few. This was mutual combat between two supposed people in America where you're supposedly allowed to speak freely, etc. But the world wants to make it a crime. You understand the position we're in? There's a large swath of the population that wants to literally make it a crime. They're calling for jail. And these same people are giddy, calling for death on the comments of the gifts. Some are saying the powers that be, oh, look at this image. What's this? This looks like AI maybe, but someone's making a point, right? Oh, okay, so what's this? Oh, okay, Xi, like China. Okay, so you got China with gasoline, Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin. Okay, they both have gasoline, and they're pouring the gasoline onto the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, you might want to update that logo. Then you got a cycle here. Look at this. Oh, you got a black woman with a Black Lives Matter shirt, very angry, yelling at this white man, Confederate hat, and it reads in the circular arrows, what about George Floyd? Then the next one, what about black crime? Then the next one, what about Shiloh Hendrix? Then the next one, what about Carmelo Anthony? And do you see it now, folks? The psyop, the cycle that Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, that Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping has wrought upon America. I'm laughing because this cycle is the cycle of humanity, the anger, the ego. Is an old story, okay? And could there be actors who see this and wish to fan the flames and all that? Sure. But the flames are there in the first place, right? The fissures are there in the first place. And it's just too far for some. So that must be clear by now. But that it's just too far. It's too far for many. They're done with it. Wake up from the racism psyop, bro, right? we're supposed to understand this a little bit, but they're saying because if the whites and blacks are fighting, what are they not doing? They're not looking at the bankers, the hedge fund managers, government intelligence agency corruption that's actually destroying our country and global economy for their own ends. And it's like, what are the somersaults you have to do? Like, yeah, the government is corrupt, but hold on here. What is the big mystery? It's like 9/11 for a moment. Think about this for a moment. Like, you know, if you start from the basis, and I don't know, but if you start from this basis as some do, that it was an inside job, the government, America did it. You have to start making all these, you have to make all these conclusions. You have to start forcing the jigsaw puzzles to fit that, well, America had to come up with some dark, I don't know, some truly dark thing to kill Americans. But put it like this. When you realize the world is groups and tribals and races and nations, and they're fighting each other, and they're fighting for supremacy and authority, it becomes kind of obvious. And that's what's going on, right? The blacks are angry, and they've teamed up here, and they've made their conclusions. And you can't convince people, right?
Put the name out there. I feel like everywhere they go, they should be targeted. They honestly shouldn't have a child like that. I don't understand how people can be caught on camera literally harassing a child, beyond like some beyond disgusting shit, like literally hurling racist slurs at a child, and still keep their kid.
That's an impasse. What do you do? How do you get past? Will she have the law come down on her? I mean, it's happened with others. 2022, 2 white 15-year-old Terrebonne high school students were arrested after using the word N-word, I can't say it, YouTube, amongst themselves on a video. They were just saying it amongst themselves. There was nothing more to it. It was a group of utterly non-threatening white freshmen acting silly and repeating the same word that popular culture has filled their ears with a million times. Authorities in Louisiana charged them with inciting a riot and hate crimes. Louisiana is in the United States. Numerous cases like this have flown under the radar for years. Since 2023, an amendment to Maine's Civil Rights Act makes it a violation for white people to cause emotional distress to non-whites. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, if you're familiar with 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, that's the organization doing the donations. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 calls themselves a Christian organization. And they pride themselves in trying to be even, right? Now, the 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 campaign for Shiloh, the comments were disabled. And so were the ones on Carmelo, and this statement came out from Jacob Wells, co-founder of 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, a Christian crowdfunding platform. Calls himself a Jesus follower. He puts out this statement about the disabling of the comments. At �𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, we recently disabled comments on the fundraising campaigns for Carmelo, Anthony, and Shiloh Hendricks due to the unacceptable volume of racist and derogatory remarks. At the time comments were turned off, these remarks do not reflect 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎's values of hope, compassion, and fairness. Our platform exists to support individuals and families in need. We took action to stop the spread of divisive rhetoric while ensuring the campaigns continue to serve their intended purpose. Yeah, it's my opinion that they did this on the comments for Shiloh, and then to, avoid backlash, whatever, do it to both. But it was only after the comments on Shiloh's thing, in my opinion. Because the comments on the Carmelo thing were going off for days and days, and they were calling for the death to white people. They were saying all sorts of crazy things. People get together and say, you know what, we're done with someone's life being ruined over this false idea of racism. It's time for it to stop. It's over. It's time we get over words. Like, what is that? That's crazy.